Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So today I'm actually recording with my S10 because the phone where I usually record, my S7, it is charging, and second, it is uploading the video from that C180, which you might have seen already. Anyway, don't know if the quality is any better or any different. Regardless of that, this is a 2000 and actually let me find out. So 2011 Ford C-Max with the 2-liter diesel engine. That's not really important, as you can see. I think you can see straight away in there what our problem is going to be. This car, someone had a look at it already. I know for a fact someone had a look at it. But this problem apparently is intermittent. Or it used to be intermittent. I'm not sure yet. Because my phone was charging, I was trying to allow it to charge so I could use it, or not even charge. I was trying to leave it to upload the video, because I had in the past where I've recorded while it was uploading and it messed up things. So usually when it's uploading, I let it to finish, but it's still about an hour to upload the video from that car. So I didn't want to wait, because I moved the car into here, and while I was waiting, first of all, the car was parked outside since yesterday, even though I told the guy not to bring me the car, but he brought it and parked it in there. So when I moved it to here, which was an absolutely nightmare, I was sweating by the time I managed to park the car here. As soon as I cranked the engine, the fault was there. But I was told the fault is apparently intermittently, or is intermittent, I would say. So it doesn't happen all the time, which means either was a coincidence when I've started the engine and the fault came up straight away, or is something related with it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because of the following. So I'm going to show you. I went through the car already. I did an auto scan. I did look at some live data in there. The reason why I did that was because I just wanted to see if there was anything on the live data that could point me in some direction, but not really. But on my power steering, what I wanted to see is, I have two codes in there. On the passenger side module, there is some codes for the pedal light, I think, and something like that. Maybe the bulb is faulty. I don't know. Anyway, this is my codes. So is a C10 2D and a U3003. 3003. And the first code, as you can see, is for a high friction inside power steering. Not really sure what that means. And a battery voltage. Now, when I go on my freeze frame on my battery voltage, it tells me this. The first time since the trouble code information was cleared, no system malfunction was detected. Okay, and it has a -40 for the external temperature sensor, which is a little bit odd, especially when you come to the first one, which tells me the first time since the trouble code information was clear that a system malfunction was detected, and the global time, the total distance in kilometers, and then look at my voltage in the ECU for the power steering, 11.75. And as I scroll it down even more, my outside temperature is actually okay in there, or it looks correct, 23 degrees. Not sure if it was 23 degrees today, but it probably is not too far actually from being that. I don't know if I have some information here. Let me try to see what temperature we have right now. No, here. Nah, doesn't look like there is an external temperature sense. Oh, there is. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel so dumb now. It's right there. 20. Oh dear me. Anyway, so it's reading okay. I'm so sorry. But yeah, but another thing is, it looks like this code was set during crank. And power mode, okay. So I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud, guys. I haven't done anything else other than scan the car, etc. But could it be that during crank the battery drops too low and it faults the power steering and deactivates the power steering? Could it be that? We don't know. Anyway, what am I going to do now? Because I have the car here now running for some time. Okay, so there is the fault. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the engine and see if the power steering comes back or not. So let's kind of turn it off. Okay, I'm going to disable that. Okay. And now I'm going to restart this thing and see if the fault comes back or if it goes away. So let's start it. Nope, and it's here straight away. So let's gonna do something again. It looks like it's not intermittent. Let's turn that off. Okay, this phone loses focus very quick. So let's turn ignition on. Escape. Let's clear these codes. Let's see if any codes comes back. It comes straight away, one code, which I believe is going to be the first code that was on the list for the friction, whatever that is. Let me see if it is. High friction inside power steering. C10 2D. Okay. So I guess that the code is now permanent. So let's gonna start this. And I have power steering back. This is interesting. Okay. So power steering is back on and there is no faults. No fault codes detected. Oh dear me. This is not very good. Power steering. No, there is still a code in there. Let's see what it is then. Battery voltage, battery voltage. So this is what I was thinking. So I'm thinking the battery is dropping too low during cranking and is disabling this thing. That's what I think, guys. So, I know what I'm going to do. I think I know what I'm going to do. I want to see exactly how low this voltage drops during the cranking, because I think that's where is going to be my problem. Yeah, actually, let's gonna do a test. Before I do all that, let me turn these off. Turn it back on. Power steering is here. Sweet. Let's gonna turn it off. Turn it on. Let's gonna turn a few things around to use some power. Okay. And then, yeah, let's drain this battery just a little bit, just for a couple minutes, and then crank these again, see what happens. I think you guys know what I'm trying to get at. And I think this is going to be another one to show how important a good battery is on modern cars, especially on modern cars. So I had the car here for 2 minutes, 3 minutes with the, if I turn this on, I just want to show you there, look where my voltage drops to. Look at that. I'm gonna turn it off and it comes back up. But now let's gonna do something. I haven't done it yet, but let's gonna start the car. So turn these on, which could be your normal jump into the car. I'm gonna even turn the radio on as well. So you could be just jumping on the car with all this stuff on. And let's crank this thing, see what happens. And I do have power steering still. But yeah, I don't like the way that battery is dropping down voltage. So let me show you as well. I don't like too much the state of the battery. Let me show you the battery, how it is. Don't know how good it's gonna come out on video, but look at this battery. It looks like it's been, it doesn't, I need to see how much is in there, but look, these connections in there, they don't look very good. So I think we're going to do a couple tests here with these connections and battery and see if we find anything. Okay, so what I want to do is a quick test to the battery. Okay, I've disconnected the positive from the battery, so we can do a test sort of out of the car, which is the most reliable test probably. I've stopped the engine about 2 hours ago and I haven't even touched anything other than come here, took the terminal out of the battery and plug the tester. Okay, so we're going to do a test. So this is going to be out of the vehicle because it's disconnected. This is a regular battery and this is a 700 gold crank amps. And he says he has a good recharge. Measured, so 700, he measured 663. What we have down, state of charge 62, state of health 80%. Okay, it's not ideal, it could be better, but okay, let me see what to do next. And after a little bit more inspection, visual inspection, which we already said is very important, I think I start to go to where I want. Now let me just find out what that cable is for, but you can see the state of it. So I'm going to remove this front cover, inspect the connections here, but why I have a feeling that this is going to be high power steering. Might be wrong, might not be, but it might be. Right. Okay, and all I need next is play the lottery. So I think you guys can already guess where that one goes. Checking diagrams, that's my power steering. So you can see all the other ones. This is the main fuse, 150 amps if I'm not mistaken. That's on 80 amps, but look for the state. Look at the state. Oh, let me take this off. Look at the state of these connections, guys. Look at the state of this. Right, let's gonna get everything out and yeah, and try to fix it. Okay, and was a little bit, I've opened the actually fuse. The corrosion was already starting to get into the actually fuse itself. Not too bad, but it was, I mean, look at the amount of rust. Obviously these influences how current will pass through. I'm quite confident to believe that these might be my problem. My only thing is, I'm not sure how the connection is going to be inside here, which is something that I might going to be concerned about. So not sure if I'm not going to actually remove the battery completely and try to undo this cable here, just to double check that is not, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure if this, I know is soldered or crimped and is tube shrinked, but I don't know if I shouldn't open this and try to see exactly how it is inside, see if it's good or bad. I think I might do that, because just fixing this maybe enough, maybe that this is good down here, but we don't know until we check it. Okay, and I've started to clean, where are they? Oh, sorry. I've started to clean some stuff. Some stuff is already back in place, so there is a brand new, let me adjust the phone, there's a brand new fuse, etc, etc. Down here, as I said, I removed the shrinking, and as you can see right there where the wire is, right here at the back, everything is quite clean, so it's not like was sort of corroding all the way back. I believe it was purely just these connections here. So I'm going to clean all this. I'm going to try to slide some new tube shrinking and shrinking again around here to protect this again, and clean this. I'm not going to use this nut because it's way too rusty to do anything with it, so we're going to use a new one. I don't have this type of nut, but we'll just put a normal nut, will do the job. And that's about it really, and hopefully this will be the fix for the problem. Okay, so that now has a new tube shrinking. Okay, just put a new one. I'm gonna still put a little bit of tape around here. Now cleaning I've cleaned this one. I'm gonna clean this one while we're here. Why not? Prevent further problems. And then, guys, I'm not gonna take you through anything else. Just gonna put everything back on, clean a little bit more stuff, and give it a go. See what happens. Okay, everything is back in place. Let's gonna start this thing and see if we still have any codes. Now, the reason why I probably should have taken the battery out, but the battery tested okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Now, the thing is, what I want to do is I'm working nights today, so that's why by this time I would be having my nap before I go to work. I'm not doing it today because what I want to do is obviously get this done, and then I will be leaving the car here throughout the night, obviously locked with the normal drain, and then I'll start it up in the morning, and I want to see what he does in the morning, to try to simulate exactly what happened today when I moved it from the other side of the road to here. The car was dropped there yesterday about 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It's been there all night. I've started up in the morning, and boom, the fault was here. So I want to see if he does the same. So yeah, that's the main reason why I'm trying to get this done today. But the first thing we're going to do is clear these codes. I hope I still have battery on the Maxis. I think I do. Yeah, so let's go turn the ignition on. Yeah, that's it. Let's clear these codes. Okay, erase codes. Yes, it is. If you remember, these codes, they came back pretty much straight away last time, after we clear the codes, if you remember. Let's see if he cleared the codes okay. Yep, it looks like he cleared the faults just fine. So it's gonna go back. No codes. Let's start this thing now. This tells me, oh come on, focus. This tells me the bonnet is open. There's, what's that in there? Oh, is the outside temperature, look, -4. Will that be because I had the battery disconnected, or that's weird. Why is it showing -4? Right, anyway, I'll cancel that. It's gonna go back in there. That's weird, the temperature. Really weird. No fault codes detected. That's a very good sign. Okay, if you remember last time, as soon as we started the car, those codes for the battery came back on straight away. We have power steering, which is good. I need to try to figure out what's wrong with that -4 in there. Not really sure, but yeah. Okay, the only thing I can think of is that is something to do with the fact that I had the battery disconnected, because when I go on my instrument control panel, my temperature is actually okay, 23 degrees, and then in-car temperature 23, but the outside, bloody hell, the outside shows me 23 degrees, which is probably about right. So it doesn't really make sense why it's showing -4 in there. Maybe something to do with the battery disconnected. There's one, yeah, that's it for this. I'm just going to try to do something else with the Maxi-Cs, see how good it is to show me what I want to do, and yeah, I will show you in a second. Okay, and the Maxi-Cs actually allowed me to do it. It's probably not spot on, but I wouldn't trust this battery. So what I've done, guys, is here. So what I've done is I put this, I had to put some other data, because otherwise I can't merge graphics for both. But look at this. So this is my voltage, the blue line, okay, and this is before I start the engine, and look how low. So you have in there that drop when I cranked, and you have in there at the top the reading, and look how low it dropped when I actually cranked. 9.1 volts. To me, that's 9 volts during cranking is probably a little bit too low. 10.5, 11 volts maybe, or somewhere along there. 9.1 volts, to me that's extremely low. I'm gonna definitely advise to replace this battery. But what I'm gonna do is, as I said, I'm gonna leave the car here now, standing until tomorrow morning. In the morning I will be doing another battery test to see how the battery is in 14-16 hours time, and then we'll crank it again, and we might do this test again if I can, and we'll see. But yeah, that connection for the power steering was definitely had his days, and yeah, and the battery looks like, to me this battery is nah. I would replace this battery, no questions asked. So yeah, as for this -4, I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens. That's very good, very good. I will explain. Right. Oh dear me. Right, following day, guys. I had a few hours sleep. Now I need to take you through a couple things. So actually, before, let me plug in the Maxi-Cs so I can actually show you. First, I would like to say that the temperature is reading correctly again. I don't know why it does this. I had this on some Fords, Focus and other cars. I don't know why he does it, but it looks like when you disconnect the battery, the temperature starts to read wrong until I'm not sure. Anyway, let's kind of give it a quick scan, because I want to show you something, and I will explain you something. So I should still have these codes here. Let me show you. Come on, which is on my what is called is No. What is that called? The P... It's that one. Right, you do guys remember that when I initially started the car after the repair, that code it was not there, was no codes at all. The code in the meantime came back, only that code. And let me explain what I had to do to make that code to come back. It was actually quite simple. And then I tested it, guys. Obviously yesterday, if you remember, I was on my way, I was working nights, and I had a very limited amount of time, so I just did a couple things off camera, and I will explain you now. I just wanted to go to work with as much as information as I could, in order to also ring the owner and explain where we are, and that's where that battery outside came from. So what happened was, guys, so I've done a couple tests, and what happens is, if I start the car and I have the car running, clear the codes, no codes. If I switch off the engine and start the car like within a minute or so, it's fine, no codes, no nothing. If I then switch off the engine and I start the car 2 or 3 times, but without giving it time to recharge the battery, that's when the code comes up. So what I think is happening, or it is happening, is that when you actually... let me turn the ignition off because I want to do something else. So what I think is happening is, when I crank the engine once, twice, 3 times, but usually, guys, it's like 2 times or 3 times and it will do it straight away. The battery obviously doesn't give it time for the battery to recharge, and on this second or third time the battery actually drops that low that it triggers the code. Okay, and I think that's my only problem with this car. Is the battery. Obviously that connection in there was definitely not helping, so that in conjunction with a bad battery was probably, I don't know how much the battery, the voltage was dropping there, but was probably dropping quite low. Let me just check in here what the... No, this just shows me the -40, whatever. So yeah, but yeah, is to me is what it looks like. So today, you just seen, I just came into the car. I only turned on the ignition. I haven't started the car today. I only turned on the ignition to actually show you this, to scan the car. So what we're going to do now is, we are going to remove that battery, give it another test, and I want to see today, after the battery has been here for 4 o'clock, for nearly 24 hours. Obviously the car was locked all night, etc., and all day up to now. Is now 3:30 in the afternoon. So after all this time, I want to see exactly how the battery is. Voltage wise is on 1227, but we're gonna run the liter tester. I know it's not the best tester in the world, but it will be enough to give us an idea. Okay, so we are going to do a few more tests on this battery now, just to make sure, or more to show you, because I'm pretty much convinced that this is my issue. So it's reading 1233. We probably have all the settings from yesterday. There we do. So it shows me a good recharge. It doesn't tell me it's a good battery, it shows good recharge. The cold crank amp is actually higher than the rated. But look at these now. State of health is showing 88%, and state of charge is showing 66%. So it dropped 30% from yesterday to today, just by having the car locked. That's it. Okay, now we're going to do the same test, but on a battery that just came out of the shelf. Who knows for how long this battery has been stored. I can't see anywhere the manufacturing date, so I can't really make a call, but let's see what these one tell us. So 1264, is a regular battery out of the vehicle. This is actually a and it is a 730. Good battery. My state of charge is 100%. State of health 88%. And this is a battery, guys, that's been on the shelf who knows for how long. So yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, not much, but for a diesel car and for a car with all this electric power steering, this can make a big difference. So yeah, let's go and install this battery and see if we have a different reaction from the car. Okay, all in place. Let's gonna give it a go. Okay, my temperature is back to -4. Honestly, I don't know why he does it. I just know later we'll come back reading okay. I'm not sure why he does it, honestly. Some of you out there might know. Just put on the comments if you know. Anyway, I'm back on the same thing again. Honestly, why does it read -4 every time you disconnect the battery? It makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, anyway. Let's gonna crank this thing and see why it does. Right, it's gonna crank. First start of the day. Dying there, guys, was definitely my bad. I don't know what I've done. I think I pressed the button and released it too quick. Let's gonna see what was the drop in there. Oops, too much. Right, 9.5. So not a lot of a difference, but a little bit of a difference. And again, guys, remember that well, the state of charge was 100%, so oh well. Power steering is here. Just wanna go back. Not much of a difference. I was expecting a little bit more, but let me see if we have only that one code. Yeah, just that one code. Let's clear that. And what I want to do is let's make sure there is no codes. Nope, there is no codes. It's gonna go back. Now let's gonna do the following. Oh, temperature is reading again. Off. Start it. Off. Start it. Off. Start it. Wait, hey, slow down, boy. Slow down. Look at that. No fault codes. Yesterday, guys, not even joking, by this time I would have a fault code for the battery. It was literally happening after 2, 3, we did I think 4 or 5 starts. So yeah, I'm pretty much convinced that this was the problem. Maybe not just the battery, but the battery along with those with that connection was definitely making the power steering to obviously sort of go off on its own. Okay guys, I think that's it for this video. Right now I'm just doing all the initializations for the windows, etc., and then we will be there we go. So we'll let it to do its thing, then we'll do the passenger side, then I'll be clearing the codes and send the car away. Obviously with the delay of my videos, if this problem is not resolved, then I will obviously either do a different video and put bits of this. I'll do some editing, I guess. But if the car doesn't come back, then obviously you guys will know there is a fix. I might actually update the description below by the time I actually publish the video. At the moment it's about a year delay, so that means when you actually watch this video, remember this repair was done a year ago. So just go in the description of the video. If there's nothing there, or I might just put something there regardless, if that has been if this has been successfully or not. But yeah guys, that's the repair. I'm quite convinced that, again, and repeating myself, that connection was really bad on that cable. Battery was not on the best of shapes, so I think with these two there's no reason for this problem to come back. So with no further ado guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, that needs to be collected today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below, and like always, thank you for watching.